Okay, cool.
Drafting.
Specifically, Lorwyn Block drafting this time around.
Right. So this has Morningtide?
Yes.
Alright.
No. This is all about Chameleon Colossus, my favorite. My favorite of favorites, other than Revelark.
Alright, well let's draft one of those and then win.
That sounds good to me. But yeah, this is
It,
this is near the time you started doing a lot more like drafting, right?
yeah.
Mostly because I know Shadowmoor was.
Shadow War is my absolute favorite draft format.
We're closing in on it, but until then, we've still got like one more time of Lorwyn. So with just one pack of Morningtide, won't be a huge change from what we've done before.
Right.
But Morningtide does have a couple mechanics that make things
Sweet.
odd.
Also that.
It cares about much different things than Lorwyn does. It completely changes the value of certain cards because it cares about secondary creature types.
Okay.
So like you'll have like the tree folk shaman or the tree folk warrior or like that sort of thing. Okay. And it cares about the second half. Okay.
Incendiary Command's like an okay card.
Yeah, so spring cleaning below the cut. That's like destroy all enchantments. So that's not worth it.
Let's see.
Yeah. Let's see, it's Incendiary Command again. Yeah. Because there's that and Lash Out in here in red. Nothing huge that like tells me to go in on a color other than like the command, which could possibly be just fine.
Yeah. I kind of just want to grab the command right now. The rest of the pack seems pretty average.
Yeah. I'm fine doing that. How does Lorwyn Shadowmoor drafting with a block changeover? Lorwyn doesn't like it's just triple Shadowmoor. It's its own tube. It's its own set. It's its own block. They're related like. They're not even related mechanically. They're related, like flavorfully.
Right, lorely.
Yeah. Changeling Hero.
Shapeshifter, I feel like will be important.
Right, it usually is. Anything in here that stands out that would be like super good?
They actually put Menace in here too.
Yeah. They straight did. I could pick like Fertile Ground. Oh boy.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna play to the Chameleon Colossus plan, I'm fine with that.
Yes. I kind of like that. Block constructed with Lorwyn and Shadowmoor was full. It was the full block because you had like 5-color control. It was. Is Shaman better than Warrior? That's not an easy question to answer. Shaman. There are more cards that care about Shamans in red. There are more cards in green that care about Warrior. The Warrior cards they're kind of equal power level. Like, oh hi, okay.
All right. I'm glad we picked green.
That seems good. So, okay, I guess let me go over the 5 that matter because there's a lot of them, and we see. Okay, so we soldier. That's a sub job thing. Shaman, warrior, rogue, and wizard. There we go, wizard. Those are the 5 that matter. Those are the 5 big ones. There's also 5 other minor ones that have a single rare that matters for them, but they're not real.
Like giant.
Well, giant's a main job. Archer.
Oh, right.
Archer or things like that. Like they're weird sub jobs. Anyway, in red green, the 2 we care about are warrior and shaman. Warrior in green, shaman in red. Also, like blind spot giant is pretty nifty, I guess. Like if we get other giants, but no incremental growth. I'm all over it.
Yeah. Who cares about what creature types we have if we just have incremental growth.
Right, as long as we have three reasonable creatures, we'll be just fine. Let's just cast 5-mana sorceries. I'm all over 5-mana sorceries for days. Okay, what do we got here? A kind of crappy goblin that only works if you're in red-blue, or had changelings going on. If you have changelings, this card's good. Because it becomes a 2/3 flyer. Nat's Elite is alright. It has lure on it, like force everything to block it.
I'm kind of for the Vivid meta.
Pick up the Vivid and believe in multicolored stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm perfectly fine playing Vivid meta even if we're just green-red.
You know what? I'm willing to go ahead on that because there's nothing in here that's truly powerful enough for me to want. Like, the Nat's Elite is the card I think I would roll out over towards because Nat's Elite is like Lure is a powerful ability.
Right.
Hi. Oh, there's also a Leaf Gilder here too. But Renzron Vanquisher is one of my favorite creatures.
I mean, that is a 2-mana 3/3 Death Toucher. It's pretty hard to beat that.
Right. You do need to have an elf to reveal to get it on turn 2.
Right.
However, it's also one of the ones that holds up pretty darn well if it costs full. Like, it's still, like, okay at 5.
Right.
Whereas a lot of the others don't hold up at all. Like, Leaf Gilder's the other one I could go after if I want, like, the ramp theme to be real. And that might be...
I'm fine with either of those picks. I feel like Vanquisher would be a lot better if we had a Leaf Gilder.
Like, we don't have other... Okay, let's go with the Leaf Gilder because I don't have other elves right now.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, like, I'll see a bunch of other elves to make me feel like, you know, that sort of thing, but that's fine. Mudbutton Torch Runner.
Yeah.
The Bog Strider Ash is like, Yeah, so the but yeah, so of the 5, like the 3/3 for 5 that has Death Touch is a lot better than like a 4-mana 2/1, a 4-mana 2/2, a 5-mana cantripping 2/1, or a 5-mana Fear 2/2. Alright, I like this. He's got like the little pot. Fish sorry, it's got some like frogs. He's frog catching. See, gotta have them frogs.
Catch the frogs.
What is the red-green tribe? There isn't a flat red-green tribe in the set. However, from what I'm kind of doing here... Oh, yeah, so see how, like, Druid isn't one of the 5 main ones, but there's a Druid card. I'm a big fan of Lyssalana Huntmaster.
I mean, yeah, worse it's a Grey Ogre.
Right, and if we get free 1/1 tokens for a little while, and then all of a sudden...
Right.
Elvish Handservant is a card that's really good in a specific deck, because with like a lot of changelings and such.
I think that card could be good in the green-red deck.
Yeah.
But, I'd rather have a Huntmaster.
Same. Ooh. Now I could pick up a changeling.
Hey, Bear Changelings.
Bear Changeling. It's that or the Mud Button, and like Bear Changeling is pretty good, so... Because we see a lot of... there's already going to be a number of things that Bear Changeling wants.
Right.
Helps out on. Yeah. This set is so much about creature types. We have Changeling, searches for a creature type, cares about having a creature type, is a creature type. Like, it's the entirety of this set.
It's kind of a nifty thing.
Yeah. Okay, so here's our...
The blue's wide open.
Yeah, wide open is...
Okay, well, these cards don't seem good.
Yeah,
so blue's wide open.
I was going to say, like, blue exists. How about that? Blue's a color. I don't really care about anything in here.
I mean, I guess we could grab Spring Cleaning.
I don't think I'd even play it, though. Like, even...
You gonna play any of these other cards?
No, probably not. This I would play.
Yep, Piker with upside.
Yeah, Piker, they're going to be a 3-2. I don't like spring cleaning very much.
I mean, it's bad.
Oh, is Changeling generally just a positive, or is there hate it falls into? Yes, it actually is a negative at times, too. Like this card here says, destroy target tree folk or forest. This is a tree folk.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet, here's a thing to ramp into.
Hey.
Yeah, so there is a downside to being all, there's a card in this set called Goat Napper,
Goat Napper.
which is a 3-mana 2/2 that takes control of target goat. Note
Well,
there are
that's
no
a goat.
there's no actual goats in this set.
Awesome.
Fault Grinder, sure. Hunt down. Yeah, okay. And Pro Elves. Well, it's not immune to Rend Spirit because it is a spirit. It's immune to Rend, it's immune to Rend Flesh because it's, it's... Changelings are weird. Alright, so Fathom Trawl, which is effectively... what's below the cut for net? Basically draw 3 non-lands. The card named Boggart Shenanigans.
They're just taking that nest of baby birds. There's straight up O-ring in here, and we have a Vivid Meadow.
Yeah. I could take that O-ring or Cloud Crown Oak. Those are the 2 options in here.
I like O-ring. That's such an easy splash.
We have a Fertile Ground, too, that taps for any color.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, right now, I don't even think we'd have to play any planes.
Likely. The Cloud Crown Oak is the more safer choice. But, the O-ring is definitely super real.
We don't have any kill spells yet. I mean, I guess we have a Torch Runner, but that's about it.
Cloud Goat Ranger makes Kithkin. What are people... I don't know what people are going out on about. Whatever. The card functionally makes 3 Kithkin.
Hey, figure.
Okay, so Vigor is... I'm stunned this is passed, so let me read you Vigor here. Trample. If damage would be dealt to a creature you control other than Vigor, prevent that damage. Put a +1/+1 counter on that creature for each damage prevented. So when Vigor comes down, all of your creatures become unkillable to damage. And also, if they're ever damaged, they just get +1/+1 counters for free. It's kind of unreasonable.
Yeah. I mean,
also it's a 6-mana 6/6 that can't die, because when it dies it shuffles back in. This is hell yes.
How come this was I mean, I'm guessing there's probably really easy reason why, but why wasn't this played in Standard?
There are, honestly, in Standard, removal spells we're still going to be kicking it around.
Okay.
And also there were this is the set before Chameleon Colossus, which is about a lot more the green decks actually focused a lot lower on the curve in Standard was kind of the reason.
Okay.
So hey, wasn't it? Pick up Lignify removal spell, another Vivid.
I think it's between Lignify and Vivid Meadow.
Yeah, Lignify gives us another piece of removal. And Vivid Meadow allows us to just fully splash the O-ring with having no problems whatsoever, and maybe allows us to do even more dumb splashing.
I am always a fan of dumb splashing. I think my vote is for Vivid Meadow, but I would not blame you if you took the Lignify.
Yeah, the reason I'm thinking I might not pick the Lignify is that the last time we had Lignify, we were in a deck that had a lot of evasion, so the 0/4 didn't matter. In this deck, the 0/4 is actually still a stopper.
Right.
So, oh boy.
Well, we have 2 Vivids.
Um,
Is there anything else in here that matters?
Tar Pitcher.
Tar Pitcher's it.
And that's not even good in our deck.
I think we take the Horde, and maybe we can play it.
Maybe. The thing is, we need to find some elementals we want to recur with it, other than Woodland Changeling, because like Fault Grinder costs too much to really use. Because like this is okay. Like it's just okay though. It's not good.
Unfortunately, we can't get Vigor back because it never stays in the gray.
No, Vigor actually. Well, we can actually because it's a win trigger, so you can get it on its death immediately.
Okay.
We're basically never going to be able to activate the Horde of Notions.
I mean, I'm still fine with 5 mana Vigilance, Trample, Haste.
Yeah. Guiltleaf Ambush, Innerflame Acolyte, Root Grapple, or things like that. Guiltleaf Ambush is just like instant speed tokens.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Also, it probably makes a lot of tokens because of Huntmaster.
Yeah, because it makes 3 tokens effectively if Huntmaster's in play.
Mm-hmm.
Sentry Oak is okay, but there's no way in hell I'm splashing white for Sentry Oak. Flamecrin Brawler would be fine, but I'm not red focused enough to want it right now. Like, red is the secondary color. Like, basically this is green, then red, then white. Yes, changelings are elementals, so this is recurable by Horde of Notions. If we find other changelings, that's definitely worthwhile. I could pick up, like, Innerflame Acolyte or something just to recur to Horde of Notions, but, like, that's it. That would basically be all I'd be doing with them. I realized that, it's like, pick the... Ooh.
I'd rather have instant speed dudes. I like the Changeling Titan.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at Changeling Titan here. Changeling Titan is... So Champion is basically, when this comes into play, you, remove a creature from play until this creature dies. And then it comes back.
Yeah, just O-ring one of your own guys.
Yeah, but, like, for that cost, you get, like, a huge body for it. They also look pretty silly. Elvish Promenade I don't think I want, because I don't think I'm elves enough for it. Like, this would probably only be, like, 1 or 2 tokens ever.
We're fairly close, I think, to making it work, just because we have, like, some other token generators, but...
Ooh, another Fertile Ground. I saw the Guardian, and I'm like, well, this is really not that great, but it's still playable. And it might still be just fine, but another Fertile Ground is very good for us being able to, like, get into this.
And also actually cast Horde of Notions.
Yeah. Can we use a 5-mana 7/7, though? Like, is that a question of, can we make use of it? Okay, that actually is a question of... I want you to look at your question one more time, and then evaluate why you asked it. So...
Yeah, I think more Fertile Grounds.
I like having more fixing.
And ramp.
Oh, God. We're all over the place here still. Our colors are wide open. Hell, do I want Hearth Cage Giant?
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah.
Like, Changeling Berserker is like 5-power haste. I could also just pick, like, Woodland Changeling so I have more elementals. Or Firebelly Changeling. Dagger Dare. There's a lot of things in here I like.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Woodland Changeling, I think, just so I have more early stuff.
Okay.
Oh, hey, that Cloud Crown Oak came back around.
Nice.
Right now, I don't feel like I need too much else, like, top end. Like, I could maybe use 1 or 2 more things. But...
that is a pretty solid body for limited.
3/4, like, not only, like, okay, slightly better than the Hill Giant, but also reach, so all the Fey stuff just completely knocks us around. No shenanigans here. We do not have the goblins for shenanigans.
I mean, I would definitely play Giant Spider, and that's better than Giant Spider, so...
Yeah,
these cards don't really matter.
Yeah, I'm gonna take, like, Needle Drop. Hey, Axe Grinder? Or, like, Lace with Moonglove, even?
I mean, it's basically a kill spell.
Yeah.
I actually really like that with how many things we have for making tokens.
Yeah. Hey, Tar Pitcher comes back around.
Really?
And Interflame Acolyte. I'm feeling pretty good.
Wow.
Okay, okay. Pack 3.
This is when things get sweet.
Yeah, so pack 3, this is the one pack we get a Morningtide. So Morningtide, I'm going to, once we get in here, I'll show off some of the different mechanics. But we have a couple, like, continuing ones. We're still going to be seeing Evoke, for instance.
Okay.
You know, Revelark is from this set. I'm still looking for Chameleon Colossus, to be entirely honest, but, you know, that's, you know, maybe we open a Bitter Blossom and can splash that sort of thing.
Freaking Bitter Blossom.
Alright, well, I found our pick.
Oh, hey, Vendilion Click.
Sorry. I guess Abyss Hunted was dead on earlier today. Abyss Hunted had earlier said that we were going to get a V-Click, and lo and behold, we got the V-Click. So I'm basically, like, I cannot pass that card.
I really want that Heritage Druid.
I want that Heritage Druid, and I actually would be completely fine with, like, Swell of Courage, Elvish Warrior, or a Sunflare Shaman.
There's a lot of things that we could definitely table. The art on Pulling Teeth terrifies me.
Yeah, what are we giving up for dollars? Not too much, but, like, we're giving up some okay cards for this, but V-Click is Vendilion Click, Morningtide. Yeah, I'm finding like 15 tickets. So, seeing as the cost of this was much, much less than that, I cannot ignore that high of a cost. You know, I'm willing to ignore one pick for it. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a little bit more of... Yeah, IRL, this card's worth a lot more. Yeah, so Heritage Druid we saw yesterday, actually, of all places.
I disagree with Noam. I think Heritage Druid is totally us. Like, we have, like, what, 5 elves we can play by turn 3?
Okay, so let me take a look here what we have now. So we have Banneret that makes Tree Folk and Shaman cheaper. Ooh, Walker of the Grove.
That's elemental.
Yeah, so
definitely elemental.
So the way Evoke works in this set is that they're opposite. The Evoke cards in the first set where you evoke, like, comes into play effects. These are all leaves play triggers in this set. We also have Rivals Duel, which is just 2 creatures fight as long as they do not share creature types, which is good. Reinforce is another mechanic in this set. A lot of cards have Reinforce, which just means you can discard from your hand to give X +1/+1 counters. Like, so this is a Giant Growth, or it can be 1 +1/+1 counter. Okay. If you want, you know, Prowl is a mechanic that is only for rogues. If you dealt damage with a rogue, you can cast this card for its Prowl cost, and it usually has an ability when the Prowl cost is paid. So this card goes from a 3/1 flyer for 4 to a 3/1 flyer for 3 that draws you a card, which is just unreasonable. Noggin Whack is my favorite of these because it's both very silly. All right, so Una's Blackguard is one of the 5 lords at Uncommon that care about the secondary creature types. Sage of Fables is another one of them.
Okay.
Like, basically, it's whenever that creature comes into play, it gets +1/+1 counter on it, and then they all have effects that deal with +1/+1 counters. And then there's a number of other creatures in the set that have +1/+1 counters that get to interact with the lords, even if they're not that creature type. Yeah, Prowl is incredibly unbalanced as far as, like, costing, and it makes rogues like the much better of all 5 of them because, like, their Prowl cards are a lot better. Like, this card is like Drain Life for 3 for 4, but if you Prowl it, it's for 2 and it draws you a card, which just makes it. Also, it's just a goblin stealing a pie. There's nothing like bad going on here. The goblin is just stealing a pie. I also could take the Sunflare Shaman here too.
That's sweet art on that Sunflare Shaman.
Deals X damage to target creature or player and elementals. Yeah, let's do that, actually.
Okay.
I don't know if I don't think we're playing we're not playing the V-Click. That's too hard of a splash.
Game Trail Changeling, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's a little too hard of a splash, I think. What other... So this is a pretty good Tree Folk. I kind of like this card a lot. It just -1/-1's a creature.
I like, you know, it's too hard to splash, and we've got Horde of Notions and Vendilion Click in our red green deck.
Well, I'm saying double blue is too hard to splash.
Okay.
If it was a single blue, I wouldn't even think about it, but it's double. This is a really good changeling. I like this one a lot. Because in the Merfolk deck, a lot of the creatures care about being tapped, and this just lets you tap them.
Oh, okay.
Whenever another tree folk comes into play, you may gain life equal to its toughness.
Uh, I don't. We really don't need more top end, and that seems like the
How much?
just over top end.
Also, how many tree folk do we really have in our deck? You know,
Fair.
I kind of think the card's a pick.
I mean, yeah, there's really nothing else to grab in here either, but
Like War Spike Changeling.
yeah.
Clang, 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 clang. Oh, Kinship! Sorry, this is another ability in the set. Basically, it's at the beginning of your upkeep, you look at the top card of your library. If it shares a creature type with this card, you do a thing. So I got to say that before that card disappeared. So, like, you know, with this Fae, if you reveal a fairy or a wizard, you get to do its thing. Which is each opponent loses 2 life. Ooh, +2/+0 and has Shroud. Okay, so there's also a cycle of equipment. We've seen a couple, I haven't pointed them out because I've been talking about other things, that care about a creature type, so whenever that creature type comes into play, you get to equip it for free. Cloak and Dagger is +2/+0 and Shroud, and I'm kind of thinking about picking it anyway, because we have a bunch of,
Big guys.
we have a bunch of changelings that it equips for free onto.
Oh, yeah, also that.
And also there's not too much else in here I want.
Yeah, I don't know. And with us playing the ramp, it'd be nice to be able to protect our big guys.
Yeah, that's more the thing. Like, we could put that on Vigor, and then Vigor can't be killed. Oh, check out Stomping Slabs. This card is so bad.
Reveal the top 7 cards of your library, then put those cards on the bottom of your library in any order. If you put any Stomping Slabs there, deal 7 damage.
Yep.
What the hell?
Yep. What is Weight of Conscience doing here? I'm taking that. This is a pacifism.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Might even splash it. You tap. It's okay. It's only the first half of pacifism. It's not can't block. But you can tap 2 creatures that share a creature type. I don't know if we'll ever find any of those in our deck. You know, it might be a little hard for us to find 2 creatures that share a creature type. But oh man, so this is one. I like this one a lot. It's not because the card's good, not because it's a really great card. Like, the card itself is like a 5-mana 4/4 that gains you 4 life sometimes. But I really like Giant Wizard.
Giant Wizard.
Not a lot in here. Like, maybe Mosquito Guards. That, like, at this point, it's kind of like stealing something I don't want to play against.
Right.
Like, I don't think we need more 5. How good
I
is
don't either.
How good is 23 Stomp Slabs in Limited? If you get that off, you win. It, like, good job.
I feel like I'd probably stop playing Moto at that point. Because if you picked up 23 of the same uncommon
from one set. Also, by the way, I'm splashing this.
Yeah, okay.
We already have 2 Fertile Grounds, 2 Vivid Meadows. I'm splashing that.
We're splashing everything.
Yeah, because I could pick Bosk Banneret, which is good because the Bannerets are really sweet with like the changelings and such. Wow, Rivals Duel's still here. Nice. But yeah, wow. Final Sting Fairy is a flying Orzhov Euthanist without the taunts. Prickly Boggart looks not the best, like a 1-mana 1/1 that's like, you know, fear, oh man. But the Rogue makes this card incredibly powerful in this set because
of the prowl.
Yes, you really want your rogue stuff like this or this. That's kind of stunning, by the way. I'm stealing the black card. This card's incredibly powerful, by the way. It makes it so all of your creatures that have a token on them discard a card. And also, rogue is the most powerful of the 5 types anyway, like because of things like morsel theft or more realistically noggin whack.
Isn't that the second one we've seen?
That's the same one.
Okay.
Same one passed around. I'm very happy to actually be able to finally pick a Bosk Banneret. This is a good card for making a lot of our stuff cheaper because it's Tree Folk and Shaman. If you're both, you don't get a -2. That's not how the card works. It's one line of text.
Also Changeling, which is like half our cards.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Do I want the War Spike or do I? Maybe I want Deglamour so I actually have a sideboard version of that thing I talked about. Like,
Yeah.
let's do that just in case. Hey, Morsel Theft, how you doing? I'm gonna
Hey, Tree Folk Shaman.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a Tree Folk Shaman. And Stomping Slabs is weirdly our final card.
It tabled.
Weird. Alright, so Una's Blackguard is not in the deck because that's not the sort of splash I want. This card would probably still be fine with us because, Shapeshifter, 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 they would get +1/+1 counters, but this would come down way too late because of it being a splash, so it wouldn't actually function. Okay. Do we see... No, we did not see Una's... So, anyway, we've got green... We've got 5 color.
Yes.
All right, so
yes, we do.
let's cut things down. I don't think Hunt Down's actually sticking around, even though it's like okay. Do I actually want to splash for V-Click?
I don't think so.
I mean, at this point, I would need 2 Fertile Grounds or like the Vivids to be functional on it.
No, I'm not saying Vendilion Click is bad by any means, but I don't think it's worth destroying our deck for.
I'm cutting out cards I don't like first. Okay.
I think it's just gonna sit in our hand.
I think you're correct. Mostly because like we would need to have 2 of those. Like, I'm okay having, like, Weight of Conscience because both of our Vivids are always going to be tapping for white, and Violet Paul is too powerful to ignore. So, I'm fine with that. I still need to make a number of cuts here. How powerful is Sunflare Shaman in here? Actually, I probably still don't want Fault Grinder. Like, it's okay.
I'm not a huge fan of that card.
I'm good with the top end we have. I actually might want to... I mean, everyone's making arguments that I already understand about it, but nobody's actually saying the reason that I can't play it, which is like this doesn't come down on 3. This comes down on like turn 27. Like,
yeah.
So, like, have fun, everybody. I'm already playing Horde of Notions. I have no reason to go further on it.
I think it's funny that I believe like that Horde of Notions is going to be easier to cast than V-Click.
Okay, that's kind of funny, and maybe that's more of a reason I actually play the V-Click. Here's the actual issue here. I still need to make like 6 cuts.
Yeah.
Horde of Notions by a country mile.
Yeah, mostly just because, but if it's turn 27, I'm sure we've got like 4 elementals engraved.
Yeah, so let me put our elementals in a pile so that we know what all of them are. Like, we have quite a few. Actually, let's cut the Third Staff Boggart. I don't think we need 2s that are like that.
I don't think so either.
I like Oak Gnarl because it's very huge, and we have a lot of ways to make it cheaper. Like even the Bosk Banneret. Also,
it has some evasion on it.
Is Innerflame Acolyte reliable? Likely not for double red. I mean, double red's going to be easily reliable enough, but how does Fertile Ground work? The land you enchant, when you tap the land, it makes an additional mana. Do we want the main deck command? Yeah, I want the main deck command. It kills about 7 of our creatures. Like, it kills 2 of our Woodland Changelings, tokens from this, and Guilt Leaf Ambush, and Leaf Gilder, and Mudbutton Torch Rudder, but I want that dead anyway. So.
These are awkward cuts.
I think I might just cut down the red.
Okay.
make it green, splash everything.
Yeah, okay.
How many rogues do we have? Like, basically this
Half
pile
the
over
deck.
here, but I already
Yeah.
spoke about why I'm not including Una's Blackguard. It comes down to the timing on the card.
Right.
Like, it comes down after them.
Alright, so we still need 3 cuts? No, 2 cuts.
Yeah, I think it could be Mud Button Torch Runner.
Yeah.
And make our red just command duel.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
And then we just need, like, one more cut. I still want to keep Cloak and Dagger because, like, the ability to give Shroud off, and also a lot of these, like, I want to keep the Cloak and Dagger because, like, handing off Shroud to some of our big threats is very powerful.
Right. What's we want that.
Let's do this. Sort by CMC. Group creatures separately. Because I probably want to cut something down here.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And
What's a lance or lace? Sorry.
Lace is the death touch thing, which is still it's probably good, like still, but not as great. Like I think it's between that and like the Cloak and Dagger.
I would say probably Cloak and Dagger at that point. Mostly because I'm always gonna want off-board tricks more than on-board tricks.
Right. That's fair. But like for me the Cloak is less like a trick and more a staying, like keeping Oaknarl Warrior alive because it can't be targeted, you know. The Shroud is why I care about the card, not the power.
The other side though, all of our other kill spells are our splash. It'd be nice to have one in our main color.
Meh. We can go with that cut. I'm gonna sit here and consider if V-Click is coming back in. Because now, like, we could, like, more include things, because, like, red is a splash now. Like, we're mono green splash. I mean, Una's Blackguard's fine. The other part of this is that we only have 4 rogues. I don't really want to include the card for that.
Well, if our other choice is between Cloak and Dagger, that means like, if we ran V-Click in, that's what's going.
Yeah, like that Gnome says exactly what I've been saying for the last 5 minutes. Like this comes down. This looks like a 2-drop, but it actually comes down on like turn 6 when both of our Woodland Changelings are in play, so it doesn't do anything.
Right.
Well, I can't help you with the more white. We actually do not have any more that I would like to include. Like Mosquito Guard is not a card I would include. Fine. I really like the Cloak and Dagger, but all right, let's take a look at this. All right, combined groups.
There's a lot of things I would have liked to have made the deck, but gotta make hard decisions.
I think every single person in the zoo has their own opinions on it, and
that's what's sweet about this draft format.
Yeah.
You can do so many things with the same cards.
And I'm just going to do what I think is correct here. I'm not going to include that Plains. Or should I include? No, we have 2 Vivid Meadows. We don't need
we
the
don't
Plains.
need it. I think that's a fine mana base. I mean, fine is a relative term.
Right. So, one thing about V-Click is that when we actually control Vigor, V-Click is the world's rudest trick in the world.
Yeah. And guess what? My dude is actually like an 8/6 flyer.
Yep. Yes, you're correct. One mountain and a red command. I don't care. We have 2 fertile grounds and 2 vivids. Like,
I love this deck.
the only thing I would have done is pick that fertilid when I had the choice.
Yeah. Oh well.
That's fine. All right, let's see if our opponent does like run us down with like a real deck and we lose. Oh my god, that's turn 3 V click.
Oh my god. Depending on our draws, that's also possibly a turn 5 horde.
Yeah, I know. Keep.
What?
Keep.
All right. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Our opponent will have no idea what we're actually playing because I'm going to turn 3 V click off of Vivid Meadow Island.
What?
Which will make our deck look like something it's completely not.
Yeah, we're mono green.
I know.
The first card we're gonna play is Vendilion click off of 2 Vivids and an island.
I am lying so hard to my opponent and I love it. I'm literally lying out my ass. Like, yeah, I'm white blue. That's fine. Basically normal. Like, don't even worry about it.
Mono greed.
Stop on my opponent's turn on their draw step.
Well, we win. That's a turn 5 horde.
Could be turn 4 if I did it right now, but that would preclude the turn 3 V click. And that was
we want that. Yeah.
That was what was prophesized, so we can't not do that. Fine.
Do it now.
I'll do it now. Let me look at your.
What?
Because he was gonna tap one of my lands. So.
Right.
All right. Glimmerdust Nap, Kinsbale Balloonist, Kinsbale Skirmisher, Plover Knights.
Probably the Plover Knight, because that just gets in the way of our V-click forever. Or actually, we need to get rid of that Glimmerdust, don't we?
He's off white.
He is off-white. We don't care if he has a Plover Knight. Get rid of the Glimmerdust.
Well, I don't need to get rid of the Glimmerdust. Like, this has Vigilance.
Oh. Alright.
I don't actually know if I get rid of anything. Because, like, if I get rid of something, he draws a card.
Oh. Yeah. Alright. Leave his hand alone.
Yeah, like, yeah, I mean, I could try it. He has nothing here, so let's see if we can... Like, this is a bit of a risk, you know. That's fine. I don't think I get rid of anything. Yeah, Pestermite and V-Click trade. But now I have full information on my opponent. For future reference for people, you're supposed to let the Pestermite resolve, then do the thing, so that this doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But also, I would like our... Okay, so I can take off the draw step now. Stop on my opponent's turn. Because now they can Glimmerdust Nap, but...
Yeah, I'll be back in 1 second.
Okay. I'm going to Fertile Ground. Alright, so opponent has 3 white cards in hand, 2 unknowns. Fencer Clique. Alright, Horde of Notions. We'll make
Alright, I
black.
didn't miss the moment.
Black off that, red and red off this. Hi.
Hey, this is happening. Deal with it.
I'm here for the beatdown. Anyway,
Get in there.
Walking in the front door.
Exodia. Obliterate.
I did play standard when... Oh, boy, Stringleaf Drum. They have white mana now.
Well, they still can't play their double white.
No, they can't. And also they have to tap one of their attackers in order to, like, use it.
Right. So. Opponent, can you handle a 5/5 with 3 keywords?
Okay.
That means they're not playing any of their white stuff.
Yeah.
Is he gonna try to race us?
He can almost race us.
Until we start gaining life with Warden.
Yeah.
Also killing him with Warden. Now you get to have the cat stream.
He's countering it.
Aww. They had to bounce a creature for that.
Well, that's fine. He bounced Pestermite, which lets him tap Horde of Notions.
Oh, alright.
Yep, okay,
Fair.
now he's got double white. So Kinsbale Skirmisher attack for 4, and then he's also going to Pestermite. He might be able to get us here.
That's kind of ridiculous.
Well, that's all because of my misplay too.
Oh, what happened?
The V-click. I
yeah.
played it incorrectly, and it cost me.
Another one of those things that wouldn't happen in real Magic.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, we haven't drawn any of our remove. There we go.
Okay, all right.
Do we just get rid of their flyer and play a dude on the ground that we can block with?
Well, we can't get rid of their flying. Well, like, he can bounce that to the top of his deck. I guess I'd go to combat first. Because he's just going to tap the Horde of Notions. That's a very obvious play here.
Right.
So then I'm going to play Lissalena Huntmaster.
Well, now we can't. Oh wait, no, he still has the drum.
Yeah. I could O-ring away Pestermite.
I think that's our best option. That puts us on a 3-turn clock.
Yeah, because say I get rid of Fencer Click, I take 2 in the air, he plays down Fencer Click again, and then I take 5 in the air and die in 2 turns. So this does improve the clock by 1 turn. Well, the problem is he has other flyers he can play, like the known flyers.
Right.
He has both the Kinsbale Balloonist, which gives flying to his creatures, like Kinsbale Skirmisher, or the the Plover Knights, which is a 3/3 first strike flyer. So like we're not able to actually remove all of his flying. His 2 cards in hand are both flying creatures, and he's able to play one or the other. What do we need to draw?
I think we draw a kill spell, we outrace.
I want him to play Kinsbale Balloonist, and then we draw Incendiary Command.
Yeah, okay. Make that happen.
Cloud Crown Oak isn't enough. We still lose. It can't be Cloud Crown Oak.
Okay.
Rivals Duel doesn't do enough because he can bounce one of the targets. Actually, I guess Rivals Duel, now that he played Plover Knights, does. Changeling Titan. This is something I really wanted to draw because, like, this gets rid of the Glimmerdust Nap, but it's not going to be enough, I don't think. Unless
yeah, it's just too late.
Unless he has a way to kill it himself, but he won't. Should we have O-ringed the Glimmerdust? No, we would have lost to all of the flying instead, because he would have had another 2/1 flyer. We would have taken 5 damage last turn, and then had way too many flyers to deal with this turn. There would have been no possible... Again, this game was lost on turn 3 when I misplayed.
Yeah, we can't block all the flying.
Yeah, I'm a bit sad about that one, because that was just, like, my hyper fuck-up. Alright, let's move on.
Let's try again.
Yeah, anything we have that deals with flyers at all, is Deglammer worth it against, like, the, creature blocks target creature this turn of Able. I could force flyers to block, but that means flyers would have to be on the back. No, we don't have a Cloud Thresher.
Pretty sweet. I mean, yeah, the best we can do is side in more kill spells.
Well, we don't have too many of those.
I mean, we got, like, Sunflare Shaman, that's about it. And then, like, the Hunt Down.
What do we not want, then?
I like everything I read. Well, I don't know. If they got a bunch of... It's tough.
Like, we have a ton of removal, that's the thing. Weight of Conscience, Violet's Paul, Rivals Duel, Incendiary Command. Like, all of our splash is basically removal.
I think we just roll it back.
Why in the world would I cut Violet Paul? In what universe is this bad against a deck that has flyers? I don't understand. Please help me understand.
Well, it's not really weenies that we are. I mean, they were still costing like 3 and 4 mana.
Yeah.
Also, they had 1 toughness. His flyers did.
Yeah. Like, if I play this mid-combat and, like, block Pestermite, get the 2 for 1 flat.
Yeah.
This, and then add a mountain.
Alright. Let's try this.
So, yes, I'd like to play first. I'm okay with this.
Yeah, that's like all of our colors.
It's not great, but it has 2 high power removal. Like, Rivals Duel could be super great.
Mm-hmm. Also, if we drive him heavy, we can turn 3 it again.
Yeah. Hi.
Hey, alright, top ends here.
Very happy to see that. Vigor is something fierce. Yeah, our opponent is not a weenies deck. They're not making any early plays. They just pass and play like 4 drops. Okay. Well, we're gonna be a little bit off of casting that, but that's okay. Like, whenever that card comes down, I'm fine with it. It's very quick to clock. Probably passing on 3, or are they playing like a... Okay.
That's not them playing dudes to kill us. Okay, that's them playing dudes to kill us.
Yeah. But that's okay. That gives me a Kithkin soldier to fight, and that might make the Rivals Duel more on.
Right.
Alright, now I just need some creatures.
It'd be nice.
What am I looking for here? Basically, I'm looking for Rivals Duel to just get a flat 2-for-1. That's what I would like.
Right.
I would be okay with, like, Plover Knights. Yes, that was a demo. That's the entire point of this card. It does not...
Card's pretty dumb.
Alright, I'll take 2. That's fine.
Be nice to have some dudes that we could incremental growth on.
Okay, that's fair. That's something.
Yeah.
It blocks this.
It blocks that, and if we draw a land next turn, we get to play Vigor.
Yes.
Though, I would really like him to tap out before we do that.
I'm fine if he had just single blue up. Like he has right now.
Yeah.
I would cast it into that. But he's going to Pestermite here. Which is good. Pestermite, I can Rivals Duel these 2 down.
Nice, yeah.
Because Fairy Rogue and Kithkin Soldier.
I know, which I think even if we draw the land, we should do that.
Likely.
Mostly just so we can't be bouncing the Pestermite again.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, now he has double blue up, so... Okay.
Deal?
So, this card is an interesting one. It makes this into a pretty heavy threat, but that's what Weight of Conscience exists for.
Right. Which, unless he plays something else, Rivals Duel no longer... he did that incorrect. Oh, I know.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Yeah,
he did that. He did that exactly the way he wanted to. I need a 6th land right now.
Well, right, okay. Well, wait, no, he doesn't have the white to put another counter on.
Do you know why he tapped that direction?
Why did he tap that direction?
Familiar's Ruse.
Aha! Well, but now we can at least get our Vigor through.
Screw that.
Hopefully.
That's not my next turn play.
Oh.
Do you know how large this creature is going to be?
We're pretty friggin' big.
So, Kinsbale Skirmisher, and then Pump Pump, and he attacks for 6 in the air.
Ow. I kind of would like us to draw a 2-drop creature and not a land.
That'd be good. Leaf Gilder or one of our bears.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be just fine. Can't cast that, but because I have to
No.
use my Vivid Meadow, but I want that. Anyway, I'm going to use O-Ring rather than Weight of Conscience here.
Okay.
I don't want him to be able to like Familiar's Ruse or some other way of bouncing this again.
Right.
Like it needs to be gone. So
On the downside, if he can get rid of O-Ring, it'll trigger again. But
if he could get rid of Weight of Conscience, it would have the exact same effect. Like
Right.
and it would still all have all its +1/+1 counters.
Right.
A little, which is a little more relevant to me. So we want the Tar Pitcher down because it can kill off flyers that come down pretty neatly. It only costs 3 right now, but it does cost a... Okay, so yeah, he does have the way around it, but it is just Disperse, so that just lets him get through for 2 points.
Sweet.
That's a very strange choice.
Well, I mean, we are at 7.
Yeah, but
He
like...
might just be trying to punch us through.
That's very strange. I don't like that play. Like, why not end step it?
Fair.
And then he would get to attack with the Pestermite for 4. Because he knows I have O-Ring, and like, I have O-Ring in hand. It's a known thing. Like,
He put it there.
yeah.
Alright, I'm hoping for the same thing again.
I would like to draw a red source. Okay, that's good. Anyway, yeah, we do the same thing again.
Yep.
Do you have like a counter spell for me? No? Alright.
Yeah, it would have been nice to get the red, because then we could have played Tar Pitcher, but...
Right. Anyway, Boss Banneret still blocks.
Right.
And I do have Weight of Conscience as another removal spell. So... For
What's he
like...
got?
This is what we call a desperation move.
Wait, yeah, he gets to draw one, a card?
Yeah, this is definitely what we call desperation mode.
Which is really silly, because it's 19-5.
Right. I don't think that our opponent really needs to feel like they're in desperation mode, but apparently they do.
We do have 5 cards in hand, and they can't get through.
Well, like if they had waited a turn, they'd just get 2 cards off it.
Right?
Anyway, I'm playing Vigor now that they're tapped out. Oh, sweet. That's the red source we want for Tar Pitcher, too.
Hey.
Do I want Tar Pitcher instead this turn? No. Let's just get Vigor down.
Yeah. It makes our banner, like, good as well.
Like, unkillable in combat.
Right. So now he can't even pump his way through a first strike or anything.
Right. Okay, so another land.
Deal. Okay, now we can get our tar pit. Oh.
Excuse me.
Wait.
We can
Is
do it.
Vigor combat damage or
No,
any
it's
damage?
not. No, it's
Oh,
not.
God.
Choose a land to enchant. I want to enchant this forest. 1, 2. I want some red mana. I want some more red mana. 2 damage to each creature and 4 damage to target player.
Damn. Volcano.
And oh look, 2+1/+1 counters.
Damn.
Let's just put our opponent to the sword.
Alright. Well, he's dead next turn.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because we had to use it there, we can't play Horde.
Well, we couldn't anyway. Like this is well, we were still a color off.
Right, I know, but now it's basically impossible.
Oh no, we just draw any like a swamp or a mountain or another fertile ground. Like it's actually quite easy. This doesn't change anything. This gives,
Oh, right, that's still white.
Yeah, it's still white mana. All right, Glimmer Dust Nap and Plover Knights. Alright, so let me tell you something about Plover Knights and attacking.
Oh! Well, he's not dead, but
Yeah, but
he's basically dead.
But he has to chump block.
Right.
So I need black mana off of that. Hey.
We've played Horde both games.
Yeah!
He's done.
So yeah, he would go to 1, but he would put 3+1/+1 counters on like Bosk Banneret and lose his only creature. Okay, that's exactly how I wanted that to go. I stand by. I think the dispersed play was a not the best decision.
Yeah. Elemental blah.
It wouldn't have been lethal because of first strike, because he would have blocked the Bosk Banneret, and the Bosk Banneret doesn't trample. But yeah, it would have been pretty fucking. It would have been pretty silly. Do we want Torch Runner? Like, he does have more ground creatures than we gave him credit for.
Yes. I don't know. I feel like we have plenty of kill spells.
Well, let's just run it back and do another good game.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Go Incendiary Command. Abyss Hunted, I added the second mountain.
If we had one forest, this would be so keepable.
Yeah.
If we had any land, this would be so keepable.
Right.
Yeah, I think we gotta pitch it.
Yeah, like even on the draw, it's 2 turns to do it. 16 in basically I'm flipping 2 coins and I lose on 25%.
Yeah.
Is that still fine? Is that worth trying? Because I like the hand a lot. I don't know if I like the hand a lot. I like the hand a lot, though.
The one downside, though, is that we know if we pitch it, the next one's just going to be awful, too.
Well, the next one's Quantum. We don't know that until we pitch. Like, I'm sitting here thinking, like, because the odds are we need any land. Any land will function, and it'll get us Leaf Gilder, and then Leaf Gilder gets us every spell from there. We're on a 16 and 33 to actually draw that, which means we're on the draw. So we get 2 shots at it, and basically I'm saying I'm rolling a d4, and on the 4 I lose the game, like just flat. The game is over.
Well, I'm willing to roll those dice.
We're now down to 50-50. And we'll probably draw Vivid Meadow, which is the one that's the least likely to get us moving.
Yeah!
Boomshot Glocka. So we go ahead and get Leaf Gilder down, because that, makes us function.
We draw a land next turn, we get to play Bennett and the Changeling.
No, we get it anyway.
Do we?
Yes.
Oh, right. We have a Leaf Gilder. We're fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so actually, if we draw the land, then we can just play Huntmaster, and I feel even better.
Yes. Alright, their 3 is Avon. Okay, a 2/2 flyer. Yeah. Sure. We're a little under 50% on land draws.
And everything is awesome.
Yep. So we want to do it this way because we want to be able to get this list on a Huntmaster to get us some tokens.
Right. Also, I really like us already having the Violet Pact.
Yeah.
Or Paul, whatever that thing's called.
Yeah, and it's destroy target creature in this matchup too, which is really good.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna take 2. He could like a Latchkey Fairy. That would probably be the best play he has, because this is a rogue. We're now at about 46% on land draws. Yeah, we have a lot of time, too. Like, our opponent hasn't put us under hyper pressure. They've just put us under normal pressure.
Oh, alright. If we're not going to draw a land, I'm perfectly fine drawing a kill spell.
Right. Probably want Banneret and the Woodland Changeling.
Yeah. Which we can still attack with Leaf Gilder.
Mm-hmm.
So I like hitting our opponent for 5.
Also, this.
So I'm guessing he's probably has Pestermite, but
yes. I also get Woodland Changeling here, which gives me a 1/1 elf, and Changeling Titan costs 4 for next turn.
nice.
Which also makes a free 1/1 and is also just a 7/7. You know. So all this is good. I'm willing to attack into whatever trick he might have with the Lyssalana Huntmaster. Probably not the Leaf Gilder though.
Yeah, we kind of need to keep that around.
Oh, here comes his. I'm sorry.
Command.
Also, you chose some interesting modes there.
Burrito.
Those are actually the opposite of the modes I
What?
expected. I expected bounce counter, but bounce tap works too, I suppose.
I'm confused.
Nah, look, when you get Cryptic Command, you just run on it. Anyway, we get our token anyway. Like, that doesn't stop the token from appearing. And now we get this board. Yeah, I'll spend that. Cryptic Command, my friends. I love this card so goddamn much. I want y'all to know that. I'm sure y'all do. I talk about it all the time.
I don't know. I don't know if you've ever mentioned that.
Have I? Have I not? Weird. I probably should bring it up more then. So, Elemental Incarnation, so it doesn't get cheaper from the Banneret. The Banneret only makes the Changeling Titan cheaper at the moment. I'm really happy with our hand right now, though. Like,
I am too.
what are the chances you pick exactly the wrong modes on the command?
Well, honestly, probably pretty good. Like, when we brought ours up, all I saw was a giant wall of text.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't see this in games 1 or 2 either. I agree. Cryptic Command on MTGO is worth about $5.
Yep.
Real life, the card's worth something like 50, but or something like that because it's Cryptic Command. Like, dang. But I think that the correct play there would have been counter bounce, to be honest, or draw a card. Like, I don't think tapping my team was relevant. That just prevented 3 damage. Oh my god, I left Angeling at home.
Land. Alright, well, we have Kill Spell up.
Maybe just like attack with Woodland Changeling and pass?
Land. Could do that. I mean, I feel like we could still play Huntmaster.
Yeah. Actually, well, okay, let's do this first. Attack with Woodland Changeling and see if our opponent has some form of trickery,
Mm-hmm.
No. So then let's just replay Lyssalana Huntmaster.
And if he counters it, like, we need to get through it if we're going to play Vigor in it at any point anyway.
This is a threatening card, but it's not the best card in our hand. Yeah, see? Because I would... See, okay, so he couldn't counter Changeling Titan with that, but and then he'd still have it for Vigor. I want this card wasted,
Right.
And I chose not to attack with the Leaf Gilder there because I wanted Violet Paul in combat. That was that was specifically why I chose that direction for my plays. I'm going to just keep going up the list of threats, so Changeling Titan will be next.
Just probably get bounce our Elf Warrior.
Yeah, or maybe Changeling. Is he going to attack for 2 now? So he's got 4 power of flyers.
There it is.
Yep.
I think we swing with our Changeling before playing the Titan.
Oh.
Hail Ring.
Holy hell. Alright, so I'm actually going to attack with the Leaf Gilder as well, I think. Because I can still cast a Changeling Titan because it's a tree folk.
Right.
And if he makes that trade, A plus. Like,
Yeah. Then we just get to start getting through the 7/7.
A plus.
Fine. Yeah, it puts our vigor off 2 turns, but who cares when we have a 7/7?
Right. That also got rid of his like
Right.
flyer that also hands flying off. Anyway, so Changeling Titan because it costs 4. Oh, okay. I couldn't read that the first time. It said this mana costs 1 less. So is he going to Fairy Trickery me?
Oh, can you reveal something for Fairy Trickery?
I'm not Fairy Trickery. Familiar's Ruse. Sorry,
Okay.
the double blue one that bounces one of his creatures.
Yep.
Again, we go threats up the chain until, you know, we run out of them. So
I mean, we still have 2 kill spells in hand, and he's not doing things? Okay, there we go.
Pulver Knights.
Well, looks like that was getting O-ringed.
Yeah. Oh, sweet! I can even Fertile Ground first. So Fertile Ground, 1, 2, and we know his hand. It's the Changeling.
Right.
So we want that, and we want that, and O-ring.
And then hit him for 4.
Yeah. And also now we have 5 mana. Also, I am 1 color away from Horde of Notions again.
I know what our next 2 draws are.
Well, I kind of hope like the color so that we can cast Vigor, and then moving along. This played out beautifully.
Yeah, it did.
So there's Aven Changeling. There's Springleaf Drum. Wow.
Yeah, okay, who cares?
There's a 1 mana Woodland Changeling. I'm just going to attack with Woodland Changeling and play another Woodland Changeling.
Okay.
I want to save my removal for something that's an actual ass threat.
Yeah.
Like, this 2/2 will take us way too long to actually kill us, so I'm not going to waste any, like, Weight of Conscience / Paul on it.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. Revealing the drum is incorrect. How different would this game be if our opponent knew how to use Cryptic? Our opponent would be at 3 less life total and would have another card, or would have, like, countered this Woodland Changeling and been actually much higher in the life total. Like, Counterbounce would probably have put our opponent in a much better position, I feel, as far as Cryptic command changes go. I was gonna say, game 1 would have been better if I wouldn't have fucked up the stack. Like, it wasn't even like, it was just me snap doing it, too.
Yeah.
Anyway, so,
well.
Goodbye Pulver Knights. I'm actually going to have to use the Weight of Conscience trigger to get it out of there. But that's easy enough. I can just tap, like, one of the Woodland Changelings. Okay. So, white and green. Yeah. Well, now it's a mistake that goes on my list, so I will not incorrectly play against Pestermite for a while. Anyway, we want to tap Elf Warrior, and we want to tap Woodland Changeling. So the Bannerets get really cool in this format because of how much they will, like, start making your spells cost nothing when they're Changelings. It's really great. I'm loving this. This is pretty dang beautiful.
I'm really happy that we drafted those Vivids.
Yeah, good call. Good call. that was a good call. Alright, so Fencer Cleek, which is not something I can kill with Violet Paw. But I can just, like, attack with Woodland Changelings and, you know. Hell, if I draw a 6th land here, I'll play Vigor and attack. You know, that sounds good. Okay, so you can't ever Rivals dual targeting an Avelyn Changeling, or any Changeling for that matter.
Oh, right.
Because they share a creature type. I think what this means is I'm just going to attack with the Changelings and then play Game Trail Changeling. We could Violet Paul the Avon Changeling as well, but I would like to forward my board with the 4/4 more than I would like to backwards my opponents. And my opponent might just do it for me. They might just block the Woodland Changeling.
Right.
They have to not share a creature type. Share no creature types. So. Brave Sword brings up the 1. Nameless Race.
I also agree with Toothless Squirrel that we should just play our Chandelar deck.
Ooh, isn't that what we're doing right here?
Yes it is.
I guess a Morph. Yeah, a Morph could do it. Morphs have no creature types. You're correct. That's a good call. I mean, let me rephrase then. That's not happening in this format unless you did something like Ego Erasure, which removes all creature types. There is or Amoeboid Changeling. There are ways to do it. All right, so thank God damage on the stack doesn't exist, because damage on the stack would make this a lot more dangerous than it currently is. Yeah, Nameless Inversion, Fat Swordsman brings up. There are ways to do it. There are not ways on this board to do it. But yeah, because damage on the stack doesn't exist, we're in complete safety, and we just win. Because I'm going to play Game Trail Changeling. And,
that looks like a more than 7 damage.
Also, we know what our opponent's draw is.
Yep.
And then I can Violet Paul. Fencer Clique is from Morningtide. It's a very powerful Snapping Drake. Like, just top of deck is kind of a lame place for it. It used to be a lot better. Again, this set was printed with damage on the stack, and that made the card a lot more of a threat.
Yeah. There it is.
Boom.
Sweet.
I'm glad we made it out of this after the game 1, but I think the deck kind of shows why we have a lot of for a 5-color deck, we are quite consistent.
Which is kind of really shocking.
Yeah.
But I'm actually going to have to get off early tonight.
Oh, well, all right. Thank you for joining on this, and I'm glad you got to see the Hoarded Notions.
Yeah, I am too, twice.
Yeah.
But thanks for having me.
Yeah. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
Don't sweat it. The entire point of the zoo is to hand me suggestions and for me to start batting at them. Anyway, we're going to be starting here in a minute. Yeah, I could rope in somebody else if somebody else wants to get roped in. If there's anybody on the roping, give me a message. No, I'm glad about that. Yeah, that's the entire point of the zoo, is to give that advice. It's fine.
Aha!
All right, the roping has worked.
We used a grappling hook.
Yes. So,
nope.
How do you like the deck?
I'm a little sad that you didn't board out V-Click for Cloak and Dagger after we played it, because that's something I would have done just to be a Tonkus.
The problem is that V-Click was actually good in that matchup. I just played it wrong.
You know, it was good in the matchup. I didn't want to board it out because it was bad. I wanted to board it out so that our opponent would never see it again. But that worked out anyways.
Yeah, well, alright, so you'd like to play first, and...
Oh,
I'm okay.
This hand has a grizzly bear.
I'm okay with this hand.
I've seen worse hands.
Yeah. But no, I'm enjoying the hell out of this deck because we have a bunch of really stupid bombs.
Yeah, like... Our opponent also had some rather powerful uncommons, and then their own their own commands. Yeah.
I'm quite certain that if that cryptic had been played in some different way, we would have gotten knocked out of the game.
Yeah, either holding off on it till later or just counterbalancing there would have put them in quite the different position. Even counter draw would have helped
I don't
because
know. I don't know why they went with tap because that only prevented 3 damage.
I'm pretty sure they messed up the litany. Like they picked
That's
the
likely.
wrong thing. Um,
That's more
but
likely. The litany is long.
yeah, but even counter draw would have helped them a lot because towards the end there they were out of cards.
Yeah.
Like the card could have made the difference.
Right. 3 life wouldn't have.
Although they were also playing Springleaf Drum. So.
Well, funnily enough, the Springleaf Drum was what got them out of game 1. Was like one of the ways they got out of game 1. You know, like.
Yeah, it just.
Oh my God.
I like the card a lot. I like the card a lot, but it's not a great card.
Okay, I need to draw islands so that I can lie to my opponent.
Island would be the best. I would accept Vivid. Any land at all is actually. Well, no, Vivid would be the best because it would also just like in the abstract let us play O-Ring later.
Yes. Okay, well we got one of those.
Acceptable.
We want to get to Game Trail Changeling, and we obviously want to get to Vigor. Green black, huh? So tree elves. Elves is the. So elves is the thing here.
Because elves are racists on Lorwyn.
Now here's the good thing about elves being racist on Lorwyn. That means most of their kill spells don't hit elves.
Yeah, non-elf.
Yeah, non-elf. A lot of their cards say non-elf. Okay. Which branch? Bender, which is all right.
It's an okay elf. We can attack into it.
I'm okay evoking that on 5.
Probably okay evoking. I mean, I'm not evoking it on 5 because we can just play Game Chill Changeling on 5.
Yeah. I am okay evoking that on 5 mana.
Yeah. Unless we just keep drawing lands, then our curve is Changeling, Vigor, Walker, the curve. Oh, no, do we speak? Yeah, it's 8 knots.
Oh boy.
Okay, now here's where things get stinky.
Yeah, we need that.
Longer attack.
We need that gone because the branch bender starts getting a little dicey with it. This card's very strong in a dedicated elf deck and is just fine outside of it.
Mm-hmm. Not too good for Hill Giant in this format.
Well, especially because even when it's Hill Giant, even if you're not an elf deck, you still would have elves in your deck. Changelings are like that.
That's the purpose of Changelings.
Right.
They fit the tribal hole that all decks do have.
We are 13 in 30 on the next draw. Again, we kind of want a Vivid, but at the same time, I want an untapped land.
It's just so I guess we want Island. I would accept a Mountain. Are we finally going to lose a game to our mana? That hasn't happened yet.
Not yet.
I don't think 23 Hill Giants beats 23 Bears.
Also, funnily enough, ooh, shit.
Okay, so our opponent suddenly has a lot of mana.
Especially with the tokens that Huntmaster makes. Oh
yeah.
Boy, I got bad news. Our opponent's going to resemble a combo deck for the next, minute here. This is a...
I mean, if we can ever cast Incendiary Command, that would dig us out of most of it, but...
Right.
This is not game.
This isn't game. Get out of here.
It's just most of a problem. If we ever have Vigor...
He can't beat a 4/4.
Yeah, he can't beat a 4/4, and if we do ever actually play... Okay, that can beat a 4/4, but... If we do ever actually play Vigor, then...
He can't win in combat.
He cannot win. All of his creatures are on the ground, and they are almost all of them going to be on. He might have a fear or flying black creature.
Okay, so he's gonna turn on a forest and just slap me for 6.
Yeah. Interesting. I guess he can beat a 4/4.
Yeah, you beat a 4/4. We just. All right. So.
Okay, now we're finished.
Yeah. I think the funny part here is we're not losing to color requirements, we're losing to 5th land.
Yeah, we're losing to our opponent playing more cards than us because our deck is full of 5-drops. I love our opponent's deck.
I got bad news! Hello, Shriek Mom, my favorite. My second favorite. Sorry.
And they evoked it so that they can kill us, because they could have just cast it.
Yeah, but they want me dead. And
They
they
wanna
can...
murder us.
We're finished. Okay,
Well,
so
here we
by the way, elves is a very all of the tribal decks, this is like what like every tribe has this ability to just go off, and it's really great to see it happen, you know?
What does Gabos do? I don't remember.
Gabo's going off usually involves like sack engine with like mud button torch runner and tar pitcher and like it's
Or just draft Lightning Crafter and you're done.
yeah, or like or wart. We saw Gabos go off. That was the last time. Like
I don't remember. I can't remember anything more than a day before I'm
well,
alive.
that was wart plus nameless inversion. And,
Oh right, because it was a goblin. Okay.
yeah, or and Tarfire. Okay, anything I
We
want
have any
here?
changes to make. We could again do Tar Pitcher just to have another thing to kill some of his annoying guys. Torch Runner is better here because all of his guys are on the ground.
Yeah, and I think I might want that in because of that. And I'm gonna bring out the one of the top end guys.
How is Rivals Duel? The guy was almost mono elves.
That's well, we can still use it as a fight spell then. Like that's
Yeah,
still
if we
kind of
can-
bad.
if we can win the fight, yeah, but it's
Is it better as Tar Pitcher then? He still had Shriekmaw and things. Like it's not like Rivals Duel is blank, but
yeah, he was. I think a case could be made for any of these spells.
I'm gonna do this. So we're adding in a red spell, so we'll go up to 2 mountain, and let's try this time to draw a bit more of like a curve out or like some of our own creatures to cast early.
Or have one of our 2 drops be Fertile Ground.
Oh man, I'm so happy we have double Fertile Ground.
It's a good ramp spell. This is a little slow, but it's probably fine. It means any of our draws are probably live, and I do
Yeah.
mean all of them.
Yeah. Okay.
And we can't quite Wooburg, but we're close enough to it.
Yeah, a Horde of Notions is the only thing we can't hurt a Druid. Yep, okay.
1 mana 1/1. Okay. We might not cast Game Chail Changeling on 5 just so that we can gain 4 life.
We might not cast Game Trail Changeling on 5 so I can Violet Paul.
That is actually kind of good. It'd be especially cool if our opponent attacks with Heritage Druid for some reason, and we can like catch him at the 1/1. Like that barely ever happens.
He
But...
chose not to last turn. Okay, so this card's incredibly powerful because it gets a +1/+1 counter.
Yeah, for one, this is the Balduvian Barbarians that if he reveals a creature, it is almost certainly going to be an elf or a warrior. Most likely the first.
He will not attack.
Well, you do what you
Alright.
gotta.
Anyway, Winnower Patrol reveals
A land.
nothing. Okay, you can choose not to show it,
That is a land.
so it was a land.
Or a removal spell.
He won't attack with that Heritage Druid. He just won't do it.
He knows.
Yeah.
He knows our deck contains Violet Paul.
You're off time.
Yeah, you're a bit off time. Well, we could just play a 4/4 and hope we win the flip again, or we can hold up Violet Paul.
I'm going with the hold up Violet Paul, get a 1/1, play Orchard Warden, turn following, get 4 life.
We lost the flip.
We lost the flip anyway, so.
Yeah.
I don't have spells. Okay, fine. I have spells. You caught me. You got me.
At least we could Walker instead of Game Trail Changeling in order to be greedy and gain some life.
Yeah. Alright, so then here comes the
bender.
The branches. They got a lot of forest to throw away, but we get... Nice.
In comes the Rogue. Violet Paul is
so-
good.
So, you know how, like, in modern days, our, like, 5 mana kill spell is a sorcery and usually has no other, like, real text? Man.
What if your 5 mana sorcery doesn't actually kill the freaking thing, but just gives it -4, -4?
Yeah. Alright, what's your big thing you got here? Is it Shriekmaw?
It's Shriekmaw.
It's Shriekmaw! Okay, so I don't get any life.
You don't get any life. And we
Oh, and the Heritage Druid comes in now. Okay.
because they know. Okay, so now Tar Pitcher has to kill Shriekmaw.
Get out of my head.
Huh?
The opponent not like attacking on certain turns.
Oh, they get the stream up.
Hello, Bogwood.
Hi, Bogwood. How you doing? Our deck is crazy.
I'm here to crush you. I'm gonna get you. And if you're not here, I hope you're enjoying anyway. All right. So Tar Pitcher is literally just killing Shriekmaw.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the entirety of its life.
It might get to block something. How much mana do we have? 4, 5, 6, 7. If we draw a land, we can just play Walker the Grove.
Yeah, of course we sack Woodland first, so that's way better. Because it's a goblin.
Mm-hmm.
So, target you. We do it now because I don't want pump spells.
Ah, right.
Our opponent's green. I don't want to, like, take 5 in combat because of a pump spell. I'd rather them waste it right now. Reinforce.
They just paid too much for the pump spell Reinforce.
Excuse me? That is... Oh. Destroy target creature, huh?
Interesting. I wonder if they top or bottom that.
What the heck? Help! Help, 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 help! Help!
They cast it as a mana ritual.
Yeah. Help! Help my ass!
I have bad news.
So do I.
We are dead next turn.
I made that play specifically to play around pump spells, and I got owned by the one pump spell that I can't play around.
Our opponent happens to have an extremely good deck,
Yeah.
and the card deck's gimmick ran its lifespan.
Yeah.
Although its gimmick of being full of 5-drops lives on.
Yeah, that gimmick hasn't died. I would have liked the gimmick of drawing O-Ring. That would have been we've had that gimmick. That one's pretty strong. Upgrade my ass. And then Elvish Branchbender to turn that into a 4/4, and then I take exactly lethal damage from the attack.
Like 4, he goes 8, 9, 10, 11.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad that the only Violet Paul that did anything was the one I cast upon your stream by joining it. You have a new product. You got.
I was gonna say nobody cares about the winner loss. We have new product. I don't care about the winner loss. We have a V-click, you know. So that was really good though. I'm happy with getting to show off how Morningtide slightly changes the format. It's sort of subtle in what it does because it makes you care about these creature types you literally didn't give a crap about in Lorwyn.
Mm-hmm.
So
the jobs.
Yeah, you this is FF5. You got some job statuses. So
yeah,
that was sweet.
And tune in next week for even stupider streams.
But yeah, anyway, thank you, Mike, for joining earlier. Thank you, Gnome, for joining now.
No problem.
Thanks everybody in the zoo. Hope you all enjoyed, and have a good night.
Good night, everybody.